Thank you for joining us for another edition of True Talk. This is number 6, and as usual, the video, True Talk, is intended to provide some additional support and information than what you might see in the newsletter. So in our True Insights newsletter, number 20, I wrote about how to change, how to develop, how to improve, and how to grow. Most of us have some things that we would like to change about ourselves, or things that we'd like to develop. So a key part of the approach that I recommend, which is called Intentional Change Theory, or ICT, supporting anything you might do in there, whether it's deciding where you're strong or where you're weak, figuring out your learning agenda, figuring out how you want to practice or experiment. In all of this, we need support. We need people to believe in us, people to care about us, and be willing to help us get to where we want to be, which is in the newsletter I call the ideal self. So a quick story. 2.5 years ago, I realized that I had hurt my knee exercising, and then later in a little bit of a car accident. And I went and saw the doctor. Doctor said, well, sorry, but you have arthritis in your knee. I said, that's impossible. I'm 49 years old. How could I exercise all the time. How could I have arthritis? He said, you have minor arthritis. You got to watch it, lose some weight. Okay, so 6 months after that, around 2 years ago, I went to the mountains and spent 2 wonderful days with my fellow trainers, people from all over the region. At the end of the 2 days, and we did a bunch of physical stuff. We went river tracing, and we did these high intensity workouts together, and lots of walking and uphill and so forth. At the end of the 2 days, I came back to the office. A couple of my dear friends among the group, Alex, who's one of our trainers, and Malcolm, who's a dear friend, they came back to the office, and then Alex had to go, so I had lunch with Malcolm. And over lunch, Malcolm said to me, True, throughout the 2 days of that retreat up in the mountains with the trainers, I heard you say over and over again things like, I've got bad knees, I have arthritis, I'm 51, back then I was 49, 50. I'm getting older, I'm middle-aged, this knee will never get better, it'll only get worse. True, I'd like to ask you a question. Okay? The question is, how is this helping you to think this way? What is it doing for you? Pause for a moment, and I said, Malcolm, thank you for asking the question. And this led to a really powerful, life-changing conversation for me with Malcolm. It was 30 minutes, but just the guy was so caring and so talented that he helped me realize that I had some limiting beliefs. I had some beliefs about myself that were not true, that were hurting me physically, literally hurting me. So 2 years later, I won't demonstrate it because some people feel embarrassed by that, but right now I can crank out 20 squats right in front of you. My knees are in much better shape. Still have some weight, but I'm in a lot better shape with my knees, thanks to the support I received from Malcolm. So this year I have a new project. I won't go into detail on it now, but it's a self-development project, self-management project. When I realized that I wanted to do something, I wanted to change in a way that would be difficult to change, what did I do? I called Alex, and then I called Malcolm, and then I had a great conversation about what I'm working on with my friend Gary while we were on a hike. And you know what? Once again, I found new ways of achieving what I want to achieve, being who I want to be, because I've got this support from these friends. So, key point number 1. If you want to change anything about yourself, if you want to improve or develop anything, you need support. You need help from people who care about you. Key point number 2, how do you get support? Who do you ask for help from? I am sure that there are people in your life who care enough about you that they would be willing to support you if you wanted to develop something or learn something. They don't have to be experts, they only have to care. And here's what you do to get their help. You say to them, I would like to learn this, I would like to develop this, I would like to change this. I need some support. Can you talk to me about this, and can you help me through the process. I am 100% sure that if you reach out in a sincere way to people who care about you, you will get a yes. And then one really nice thing about this is if you're like me, it'll become kind of a mutually supportive relationship. So you'll get support and help from your friends, but you'll also be giving them support and help as both of you or all of you become the better versions of yourselves. So don't hesitate to reach out. It's absolutely key, and that's how you become more of what you want to be. Thank you for listening. Take care.